Right now, the whole world is captivated by a 90-minute game. It is intense, it is emotional, and people are giving it absolutely everything they have. They are sweating, crying, and pushing themselves to the absolute limit under the harsh, blinding lights of the stadium. But the secret to building extreme halal wealth is realizing that the dunya, your business, your bank account, your investments, is exactly like that 90-minute game. My friends, Allah tells us in the Quran that the life of this world is nothing but play and amusement. We get so lost in the illusion of the scoreboard. We stress over the temporary game, forgetting that true reality only begins after the final whistle blows. Today, we are going to talk about how to play the game of wealth creation intensely and successfully. We are going to learn how to tie your camel, build your millions, and execute with absolute excellence, while maintaining the psychological detachment required to remember that it is just a temporary field. If you want to win in this life without losing your soul in the next, pay very close attention. Dear brothers and sisters, there is a massive misconception in the Muslim world. Some people believe that because the dunya is temporary, we shouldn't try hard. They think piety means poverty. They sit on the sidelines of life, watching others build, innovate, and create wealth, using detachment as an excuse for laziness. That is not the way of a believer. When you step onto the pitch of life, you are commanded to play with Ihsan, absolute excellence. When you start a business, it should be the best business. When you provide a service, it should be unmatched. MashaAllah, we have a history of wealthy, brilliant, and deeply pious companions of the Prophet, peace be upon him, who were millionaires by today's standards. They controlled the markets, they funded entire armies. They played the game and they played it to win. But here's the critical difference between them and us: they never let the game enter their hearts. They understood the 90-minute rule. They knew that no matter how many points they scored, no matter how many gold coins they stacked, the clock was constantly ticking down. But what happens when you forget that it is just a game? What happens when you start believing the stadium is all there is? This is the silent trap. And if you fall into it, your wealth will become your biggest punishment. Let me show you how to protect your mind from the panic of the dunya. When an elite athlete is on the field, the stadium is deafening. There are thousands of people screaming, criticizing, and demanding a show. But the greatest performers in the world don't hear the crowd. They have absolute, tunnel vision focus on their objective. My friends, when you start building wealth, the dunya will get very loud. People will praise you. They will criticize you. Social media will show you a competitor who's just made more money than you, bought a bigger house than you, or reached a higher status. When you see that, you must train your heart to say MashaAllah, Tabarakallah for their success. And then immediately put your head back down and focus on your own lane. If you play the game of wealth for the applause of the crowd, if you buy the car to impress people you don't even like, or you build the business to prove your worth to society, you have already lost. Subhanallah, how easily we forget the silent angels who are recording our actual worth. You must execute in silence. You must build your wealth not for the roar of the stadium, but as a tool to please your own creator. Every dollar you earn with a pure intention, every job you create for someone else, every secret charity you give, that is how you score points that outlast the 90 minutes. But let's be real. In any game, you will take hits. You will lose money. Deals will fall through. The market will crash. When that happens, how do you keep from breaking down? How do you maintain the peaceful, quiet strength that separates a true believer from the rest of the world? Dear brothers and sisters, when a player misses a shot or loses a round, they don't sit on the grass and weep for days. They get back up. Why? Because they know it's part of the game. When you lose money, when your bank accounts drops, you must anchor yourself to the reality of the decree. You say, قدر الله وما شاء فعل. Allah has decreed it, and what He willed has happened. The money was never yours to begin with. It was only placed in your hands temporarily to see how you would manage it. Imagine that a referee raising the whistle to his lips. The 90 minutes are up. The game is over. When that final whistle blows, when your time in this dunya comes to an end, the stadiums empties. The trophies are left behind in the glass cabinets. The millions stay in the bank account. The designer clothes stay in the closet. You do not get to take the scoreboard with you. The only thing you walk away with is the purity of your heart and the deeds you sent forward. We must build wealth, and inshallah, you will build extreme abundant generational wealth, but you will do it with the ultimate freedom of knowing that you are simply passing through. Playing to win is completely meaningless if you don't know what happens after the final whistle. If this message brought you peace today, please subscribe to the channel. We are building a quiet sanctuary for Muslims who want to master both their wealth and their inner peace. But now that you understand the 90-minute perspective, how do you actually implement this mindset daily? How do you protect your income from the silent psychological traps of greed and anxiety? In the next video right here, we break down the hidden laws of wealth preservation. Click to watch the psychology of people who treat the dunya like a game and discover exactly how the most successful believers never panic over money. May Allah bless your efforts, my friends, and we'll see you in the next one.